Greetings to another video. Today I thought I would share with you 3 different bikepacking setups just so you've got a little bit of choice. So the first setup that we're going to look at is my setup. So I use a front roll bag, which is there, the Apidura one. I use the Tailfin Aero pack, and then I use a top tube bag. So for me, I really like this setup. It's just really simple. So yeah, that's the front roll bag. It's an Apidura front roll. I think it's 7 litres. That's a Topeak fuel tank large bag, and then that is the Tailfin Aero pack. And as you can see, when it's all set up on my bike, just very simple. Actually, the cables that you can see are running my dynamo. I can do a separate video on that if you want. This is just about the actual bags and luggage that we are taking on the bikepacking trip. So the main thing that I like about the Tailfin is that it just doesn't move. One problem that you can have with saddlebags is when you're out the saddle like that, they kind of swing a bit, but I love that that is just completely solid and just doesn't move. The only problem that I have with a front roll bag is I can't really fit a lot in mine because I've got such narrow bars. I think I have 38 centimetre bars. So yeah, that is one thing to consider if you do have narrow bars like me. So yeah, the pros of having this is that the Aero pack is really easy to access things, get stuff out. It is quite an expensive piece of kit, but I just think it is definitely worth it. The second setup is my friend Greg's, who was just basically using all bikepacking bags. And yeah, let's have a little closer look. So he's got the Apidura front roll bag. He's got wider bars so he can fit a lot more in there. He's got a Topeak frame bag, and that's his tent poles above that is attached. And then he's also got 2 feed bags, which he's got, I think he's got electronics in one, and then he's got snacks in the other one. And then at the back, he's got the Apidura Expedition, which is huge. You can fit so much into it. And the pros of that are that it is cheaper, and I mean, they are relatively expensive bags, but they're waterproof. They're really, really good. But the only thing with it is when you've packed everything down there, it's not as easy to access something. So you can't just nip in and get it, just pull something out because everything is packed with a centimetre of its life. So yeah, Greg did manage to, and you can do this on saddlebags, he packed it down so tight so you can see that it's not really wobbling. But again, the problem with that is if you need to get anything out or put anything in, it's harder. So you can see he's taking his base layer off and he's just having to attach it to the bungee cords because he just doesn't want to. I'm like punching it, so I'm like, God, you've packed that so tight. No wobble on it, tiny little bit of wobble on it. All equally good, and it depends how long you're away for and really what you're looking for in a bikepacking setup. But he really likes that. I use saddlebags on like 200, 300, 400k rides, and I really like them as well. I guess it just depends what your preference is. You can see here, we're just trying to attach, and he does attach very, very well, just a couple of bottles, extra stuff on the outside of the bag. So the third setup is my friend Richard's, who's got the pannier version of the Tailfin. Again, you don't need any rack mounts, they just attach to any bike. Really great piece of kit. So let's look at the front. We've got a Restrap front roll bag, and then like the little front pack as well, which is really handy. I really like that front pack. Then we've got a top tube bag, a little one for snacks. Then again, we've got the actual pannier racks. So yeah, that little front bag was so good. He had like snacks, he had electronics and stuff in there, just easy access. So the benefit of having pannier racks are that you can access things really, really easily, get stuff in and out. I guess the downside is they aren't as aero. But yeah, I think for him, he loved having the easy access to stuff in and out. But again, that is an expensive piece of kit. But yeah, they are waterproof as well. So yeah, they're the 3 setups. And I think you have to look at the pros and cons of what you want. Do you want ease of access, price, how long are you going to be away for? For us, they all worked great, and I think we're all going to use this setup again. I just want to add as well, I've not been paid to talk about any of the bags in this video. I was sent the Tailfin Aero pack a while back just to try out, but I was under no agreement that I had to post anything about it or tell you about it, but I do really like it, so I just thought I would share it. So I hope that has helped. If you've got any tips for bikepacking, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you next video. Broccoli on the loose.
Yes! I am the broccoli champion.